car that cost $87,000 new is listed on Carsales today for $155,000. Same car, no modifications. The seller is not in a hurry because they understood what was happening before most buyers did. That is a Toyota LandCruiser 70 V8. And what happened to it is the clearest picture this market has produced of what it costs to be late. 4 other vehicles in Australia right now are sitting inside a similar gap. A new generation arrived and briefly softened used supply. An order book closed. A government fine is pushing dealer pressure that will not last. A competitor simply does not exist. Each gap is already closing. The buyers who understand these 5 cars today are ahead of the buyers who understand them in 12 months. The difference between those 2 groups is not luck. It is timing. Here is what the dealers who move volume already know before the rest of us work it out. Car 1. Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. For 3 years, a clean used RAV4 Hybrid in Australia was nearly impossible to buy at a normal price. Dealers took them in on Thursday and they were gone before the weekend. In 2022, some sold above their new car replacement cost. That briefly changed in March 2026. Toyota launched the 6th generation. New platform, first PHEV variant, GR Sport flagship. And when the new generation arrived, buyers who were looking at 5th generation stock paused. They wanted to see the new car first. The result? 5th generation RAV4 hybrids started sitting on dealer lots a little longer than they had in years. That is the gap this section is about. The new RAV4 carries a $3,000 to $6,000 price premium over the outgoing range. New car wait times are 3 to 6 months. Confirmed by Toyota Australia's own Vice President of Sales, buyers who cannot wait 6 months come back to the used market. That return has already started. Dealers moving 5th generation RAV4 hybrid stock are seeing multiple inquiries per unit where there was one before. A clean 5th gen RAV4 hybrid. Full service history, under 60,000 kilometers, one owner. Hits a dealership lot in 2026 and disappears before the week is out. Not because it is priced too low, because the buyers who understand 6-month wait times on a new car are the ones refreshing the listings early. The buyers who moved on a 5th generation RAV4 hybrid 3 months ago paid a reasonable price for Australia's most retained value used car. The buyers waiting for a better deal are waiting inside a market that is already moving back towards shortage. That window is not open indefinitely. It is open right now. Car 2, Suzuki Jimny. In 2025, the 3-door Jimny went on a compliance pause. No new stock arriving. Dealers held prices on the used ones they had. Buyers waited. The pause ended. When the Jimny came back in early 2026, Suzuki raised the price by $2,000. Buyers accepted it. Allocation lists filled within weeks. The 2025 Automotive Insight reports ranked the Jimny number 1 for retained value across every SUV in Australia. And here is exactly why that will not change. Chinese brands now sell 1 in 4 new cars in this country. They have entered every segment where they can undercut the established option. BYD where Nissan used to sit, GWM where Mitsubishi used to sit, Chery where older Mazdas used to sit. The Jimny has no Chinese alternative, not similar, not announced, not in production. A Suzuki dealer handling Jimny allocation in 2026 is not having a pricing conversation. They are asking whether you want your name on the next list before it closes. The buyers who moved before the 2025 pause are holding a car that costs $2,000 more to replace today than it did when they bought it. The buyers who waited for a Jimny discount paid the higher price instead. There is no Jimny discount coming. When Jimny supply stops, prices do not fall. They reset upward. That has now happened twice. The buyers funding the next price reset are the ones still waiting. Car 3, Toyota LandCruiser 70 Series. There was a sign in the window of a Toyota dealership at the height of the LandCruiser 70 shortage. It said the wait time for a new 70 Series was between 4 years and never. That became a news story because it was accurate. When Toyota confirmed V8 production was ending in late 2025, the market responded within days. Near-new V8 examples appeared on Carsales between $130,000 and $155,000. The factory list price was $85,000 to $87,000, between $45,000 and $70,000 above what Toyota had been charging for the same car new. The sellers were not greedy. They were correct. Toyota Australia's Vice President of Sales publicly warned the dealer network against price gouging. That warning only gets issued when the market is already running ahead of what the manufacturer can manage. The buyers sitting on those $155,000 listings are not impatient. They are patient because they placed their orders before the announcement and understood what it meant while others were still reading the headline. The V8 is gone, but in 2026, Toyota has paused order taking for the 4-cylinder GXL wagon automatic. The reason on Toyota's own website: unprecedented global demand. Same vehicle, same signal, different engine. The LandCruiser 70 is not in this video because there is a deal available right now. There is not. It is here because it is the most documented example in the Australian market of what happens when buyers who move early on a constrained Toyota are simply correct. The buyers who held V8 orders understood what the production announcement meant before the Carsales listings told them. Everyone else found out at the price. This channel tracks what moves in the Australian car market before it reaches your driveway. Subscribe now. One report can save you thousands before the dealer, manufacturer, or wholesaler moves the number first. Car 4. Toyota LandCruiser Prado. When Toyota launched the 250 series Prado in late 2024, it already had 17,000 orders placed before the first car was delivered. Toyota allocated 27,000 Prados for the first 12 months of sale. Do the maths. The average new buyer in late 2024 was 8 or 9 months behind the person who had ordered in September. Toyota changed the entire ordering system specifically because of what the RAV4 Hybrid and LandCruiser 70 had taught them. The sign saying 4 years and never was a LandCruiser 70 sign. Toyota did not want to produce a Prado version of that sign. The new Prado is the closest thing to a LandCruiser 300 most Australians will ever sit in. No Chinese brand is in this specific category at this price point. And the buyers who placed deposits in late 2024 are weeks from delivery. A buyer walking into a Prado dealer today and asking what is on the forecourt gets one answer: an expression of interest form, not a car, a form. The buyers 9 months ahead of them on the list are not selling their place. The Prado is not getting cheaper while they wait. And every month that passes without an order is another month at the back of a list that is not getting shorter. Car 5. Mazda CX-60P HEV. In February 2026, Mazda received the largest emissions fine of any car brand in Australia, $25 million. Every petrol CX-5, every Mazda 3, every CX-3 sold is adding to that number. The CX-60P HEV does the opposite. It generates credits that reduce what Mazda owes. Mazda does not just want to sell this car, it has 25 million reasons to move it. And that pressure is sitting on the dealer's desk right now. The gap between the CX-60P HEV's list price and the number a dealer can actually offer today exists because Mazda needs the volume. Ask the right question. What is the gap between list and drive away on the CX-60P HEV today? If the answer is above $4,000, Mazda's problem is your leverage. Here is why that leverage expires. NVES targets tighten every year through 2029. As Mazda sells more CX-60P HEVs, the compliance gap narrows. When the compliance gap narrows, so does the reason to negotiate. The commercial pressure creating today's pricing room will reduce as that room does its job. The buyer who negotiates now is using Mazda's $25 million problem as a tool. The buyer who waits until 2027 may be buying at full price because the problem no longer exists in the same form. That is the CX-60 section in 12 words. Mazda needs to move it now. That is your advantage. Use it. Here is what these 5 cars have in common. None of them are accessible at current pricing because nobody wants them. Each one has a specific condition making them available right now. A brief softness in used supply, a production line that ended, an order book 9 months deep, a compliance fine creating negotiating room. Every condition is already changing. The buyers who moved on the LandCruiser PHEV 8 before the announcement are sitting on $155,000. Listings. The buyers who waited for a Jimny discount paid the reset price. The buyers who placed Prado orders in September 2024 are weeks away from delivery. The others are 9 months back. The market does not announce when the window closes. It just closes. Do one thing today. Ring the dealer for the car that applies to you and ask what confirmed stock arrives in the next 60 days. If the answer is specific, the timing gap is still open. If the answer is a waiting list, the buyers ahead of you already understood what this video explained. The market does not wait for everyone to arrive before it moves. Subscribe to this channel. Every week we show you exactly what is moving in the Australian car market before it moves past you.